Please continue.
Good afternoon, one and all. I'll be discussing about the analysis of imaging techniques in early detection of HCQ retinopathy. There is no financial disclosure in this presentation. Introduction. Hydroxychloroquine is an anti-malarial medication that has in recent times been utilized as a treatment for a variety of autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and systemic lupus erythematosus and inflammatory and dermatologic conditions. In early stages of HCQ retinopathy, patients are usually asymptomatic with preservation of visual acuity. When allowed to advance, HCQ retinopathy leads to significant deterioration in visual acuity, peripheral vision and night vision. The classic bullseye maculopathy of HCQ retinopathy, characterized by perifoveal ring of retinal pigment epithelium atrophy that spares the fovea, is a late finding suggestive of advanced and usually irreversible damage. Therefore, the screening of asymptomatic patients with clinical and fundus examination alone is not sufficient. This must be done in conjunction with multimodal imaging to detect early evidence of HCQ retinopathy. The aim of this study was to analyze the role of imaging techniques like spectral domain optical coherence tomography and OCT angio in the early detection of HCQ retinopathy. This was a prospective case control type of analytical study done in a tertiary care hospital in Chennai for a period of 1 year. The sample size we selected was cases of 25 patients with 50 eyes and control 25 patients. The inclusion criteria for this was the cases all patients above the age of 18 years who were on HCQs with no deterioration of visual acuity and changes of HCQ retinopathy on fundus, and control were all patients above 18 years of age who were not on HCQs. The exclusion criteria was patients below 18 years of age, patients with pre-existing retinopathy due to other causes, and patients not willing for imaging modalities. After enrollment, a complete routine ophthalmological examination by a trained ophthalmologist was performed. We first divided the patients into 2 groups as control and treatments. Then we further divided the treatment group into 2 subgroups based on the duration of HCQ use. The parameters we analyzed were the macular ganglion cell complex thickness, photoreceptor layer integrity, and the retinal vasculature, especially that of the choriocapillaries. These were the OCT findings of some of our patients. The results on analysis of OCTA were that all the vascular parameters were similar between the study and the treatment groups. However, the superficial hole thickness, superficial parafoveal thickness, superficial perifoveal thickness, deep hole thickness, deep parafoveal thickness and deep perifoveal thickness were lower in the treatment group than in the control group. The choriocapillaries flow area, superficial hole density and the superficial perifoveal density values were different between patients who were under HCQ treatment for less than 5 years and greater than 5 years. In patients with chronic HCQ exposure, they found a selective thinning of the ganglion cell layer and inner plexiform layer without any structural changes to the outer retinal layers and the RPE as noticed on the OCT. Also, the superficial hole thickness, superficial parafoveal thickness, superficial perifoveal, deep hole thickness, deep parafoveal thickness and the deep perifoveal thickness were lower in patients who were under HCQ treatment for greater than 5 years than in those who were on HCQ treatment for less than 5 years. A similar study similar to ours was conducted on evaluation of OCT angio parameters in patients treated with HCQ by Mohammad Reza, which showed similar results where the superficial foveal thickness and other parameters were lower in the treatment group than in the control group. In conclusion, our results indicated a decrease in the superficial capillary plexus at the parafoveal and perifoveal regions in patients who were receiving HCQ treatment for greater than 5 years. The OCTA imaging may thus be beneficial indirectly in early detection of HCQ toxicity, which is mainly located in the inner retinal layer such as ganglion cells. The OCT findings in retina can identify early HCQ retinopathy and may play a role as a complementary objective tool in HCQ maculopathy screening. Vascular density parameters did not differ much between the control and treatment groups. However, the retinal thickness values were lower in the treatment group. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice.